Welcome back to the Roadshow. This morning in the buzz, could be a buzz. We showed you last week Rhode Island's medical marijuana program has now been put on hold due to a possible conflict with federal law. This is really interesting, actually. For the time being, the marijuana dispensaries that were slated to open this summer in Portsmouth, Warwick, and Providence are going to remain closed. But despite the setback, the marijuana spin-off industry is still booming in the Ocean State. The budding academy, which bills itself as, quote, the nation's #1 source for cannabis education, is going to make its debut this month on Wickenden Street. It's one of several spin-off businesses that have popped up here in Rhode Island, as the number of people licensed by the state to use medical marijuana increased to more than 3,000 registered patients and more than 2,000 caregivers. Now, patients can grow a limited number of marijuana plants at home, as well as use marijuana for medical reasons. Caregivers may only grow a limited number of plants for someone else. The Budding Academy will be the first of 11 marijuana schools to open nationwide. The other 10 will be in locations with medical marijuana programs like California. Several other supply stores that sell everything short of the drug itself are also going to be opening up in Rhode Island if they haven't already. All right, I don't think it's surprising. What do you think?
No, not at all.
No.
Especially, they said, with the growth up to now, like 3,000 and 2,000 people that are officially, you know, can grow this legally. So I feel like they need to do it right.
Yeah.
You know, if they're doing it for health reasons, they need to know how to prepare it and how to grow it. And like they said, they're selling everything but the drug itself.
I think that it is amazing to see how many people have added to the list, you know. And also, what are doctors now using as sort of an acceptable illness, sickness condition? Well, they'll prescribe it. Don't you think it seems like it's becoming a little more
what level
broad,
of severity kind of?
A lot more ailments added to the list. I don't know. It's a really weird topic. You know, for example, I read somewhere over the weekend that Representative Watson, who claimed that he needed the marijuana for
pancreatic
condition, apparently, according to the medical marijuana hand guide, marijuana does nothing for
pancreatitis or whatever.
Pancreatitis.
No kidding.
So, you know, if that's true, that's an example of, you know, and I used to live over there on Wickenden Street near there, and, you know, there's some people over there that run.
Enjoy the cannabis?
Yeah, you know, on that side of the, you know, the artsy area, and a little bit more laid back and liberal, and
so
you know, it's just perfect. It's imagine that they're opening a store on, you know, cannabis education right there on Wickenden Street.
So, what are they? Do you think they're going to somehow screen the people that they sell things to? I know they're not selling the drug itself, but if you're going in there and buying the supplies, clearly you're going to be growing marijuana.
Yeah, but there's been places like that in Rhode Island.
Whether you are legally able to do it or not.
There's like a place on, I remember when I lived over in Edgewood, Patuxent area, there was a place called Funky Thing, spelled with a PH, and it was like, I mean, you could see the stuff like right in there, so it's not like anything new. Yeah, it's not anything new at all. I don't know, though.
I think the business, these businesses or these places that sell things for that stuff are around. You don't need it, you know, anywhere, any convenience store you go into, you can find, you know, rolling papers and
You know what would be interesting, though? I would love to do a story and go into that class, the cannabis ed or whatever it's called there. Oh, I'm sure we will, but to see, I mean, you know, it's not stereotypical crowd in there. You're going to have a total mix of people. I mean, really. People who smoke marijuana, it's like a whole wide range of different people who enjoy it.
I mean, I can believe that marijuana would help ease the pain for people that need it. I really do. I mean, because for people that don't need it, it eases the pain. It eases a lot of things.
Like alcohol does too. I mean, you know, there's so many things that help numb the pain. So, but anyway, it's not surprising to see this, though. But it is interesting to see it expand even more. So, I'm curious to see what people are saying today. Let's head over to Corning to see what people are saying online.
Joey B. wanted to remind you it's funky stuff in Edgewood. But with a PH.
Thanks.
You were right. They're not surprised at all, but we do have a couple of comments on the blog and on Facebook and a poll you can vote in. So here's what everyone's saying on the blog. Jerry and Joe says they're not surprised. Jerry said marijuana supply businesses have been flourishing in Rhode Island since 1968. And Jean said just make it legal and get it over with. Here is the poll on our homepage. Are you surprised to see marijuana supply businesses opening in Rhode Island? A, yes, Compassion Center licenses are on hold. B, no, medical marijuana brings new business. C note, people will use it regardless of the law. And we've got the story to today's buzz linked right underneath that poll if you do want to read up a little more on that. Here's a snapshot of our Facebook page. Diane Ferreira says, make it legal everywhere. She said people would rather use that than highly addictive prescription pills. Christina Simonelli says, I totally agree. I think that if someone smokes, you're still in control compared to drinking. She said drinking should be illegal. And Melissa Grusi says legalization of marijuana would benefit our country. We are in such a deficit. Why not legalize it and tax it like you tax everything else? So if you want to weigh in the poll, you have till 9 o'clock to do that, and then we'll reveal what all of you feel and say about today's buzz.